right, everybody. Thanks for joining in. I hope you had a good weekend. I guess everybody's probably pretty excited. Football's starting this Thursday night, where the Cowboys are going to be playing the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. So I think that's a good game to start the season off. Friday night, I think there's a game too. The Chiefs and Chargers are playing in Brazil or something like that. So we got a couple of games coming up this week, and Sunday, to me, in my opinion, kind of starts the season. All the teams are playing, and other than who's playing Monday Night Football. But anyway, I'm sure everybody's pretty excited. We got a lot of news, a lot of stuff to talk about. But let's go ahead and start out with the Jets and what they got going on this season. So I have to be honest with you. At first, when I heard they were hiring Aaron Glenn, now I like Aaron Glenn. He did a good job as a defensive coach or whatever coordinator, wherever he was with the Lions, but he had never been a head coach before. So I was like, here the Jets go again. You know, they just can't get a guy who's got some experience. They always got to go for that new guy, the guy that has never been a head coach before. And we all seen in the past how that's turned out. It never turns out well, at least with the Jets, anyways. But so I said, well, okay, and then I started to hear Aaron Glenn the way he talked. You know. He really is looks to me like he's going to instill some respect with these guys, with the team and with their players and with coaches. Like he for example, he's a big against penalties, and we saw the Jets get a lot of them in the preseason games. I mean, they were getting penalized a lot, and I know it's probably some of the guys are not even going to be on the team right now and stuff, but you could see how it aggravated him. He just is like, this is unacceptable. So let's hope he holds guys accountable that do play poorly and do commit a lot of penalties, because unless you do that, guys are never going to respect you. They're never going to say, hey, we're not going to get away with this anymore like we did in the past. So I think a lot of it with Aaron Glenn is going to be how the players react to him and respect him and how he reacts to them. Like, for example, if you have a player who is just committing penalties or is just not playing well, I want to see Aaron Glenn bench him for somebody else that may not be as good as him, just so the other players can know, hey, we're going to be sitting out here if we don't play. We're going to be held accountable for penalties or poor play or anything like that. And I think that's going to be a lot how the players react to him, how he reacts to their play and to how they play in games. So that's still going to be yet to be seen. I want to see how this happens with him. But so far, I wasn't a fan of it at first, but let me see how he does. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. As far as the other big acquisition in the offseason, which everybody knows is Justin Fields, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm not a big fan of it. I wasn't a big fan of it when it happened, and I'm not a big fan of it now. In his career, I've seen Justin Fields do nothing at all to make me think, oh, here's our guy. This is going to be our guy. It's going to change the course of our upcoming future. I don't see it. I see a guy who played for the Bears. Now, granted, I'll give you this much: the Bears are like the Jets. They stink. Their organization kind of stinks. Their coaching is always comes up short. So I'll give him that. But when he played for the Bears, he didn't do too much. He went to the Steelers, and I want to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I want to say they were 4-2 or 5-2 when they put him on the bench behind Russell Wilson. I don't know if it's because they saw something in him that maybe he just can't get us over the hump or he can't get us to where we want to go. I don't know. I do know this, that most teams that are rolling 4-2 or 5-2, they don't bench the quarterback. They keep him going. We're winning. Why are you going to, I don't care if it's Russell Wilson or who it is on the bench. You say, listen, we're 4-2, man. We got to see where this guy's going to take us. They benched him for some reason. So there was something there they saw or they expected or suspected, I should say, with Justin Fields. And now here he is, of course, with the Jets. I'm not as excited, like I just said, about it. Some guys were jumping around like they did when Aaron Rodgers came. Some Jet content creators are doing somersaults on their videos. Aaron Rodgers didn't do jack shit with the Jets. And here's Justin Fields. Oh, yeah, this and that. I don't see it. I see Fields as a guy who can pretty much hit the guy that's open. I don't see him being able to throw that pinpoint pass that only the receiver can get on the mark. I don't see that. I didn't see it in preseason. I haven't seen it in his career. And I just don't see that in Fields. I don't think he has that. I understand the Jets got him on somewhat of a cheap deal. If you can call $20 million a year cheap, I guess in nowadays NFL and quarterback, what they make, that is probably considered a good deal. On a 2-year deal, I guess the Jets signed him or something like that. I personally, when the draft was going on, I really wanted the Jets to draft Jackson Dart. I've been following his career all along. I think the kid is like a Josh Allen. I think he has a rocket arm. He's a bigger kid, and he's doing some great things with the Giants from what I see in their preseason games and their practices. So that didn't happen. Dart is a Giant, and we got Justin Fields. So I hope. I want to be optimistic and hope that, the Jets are going to do some crazy good things this year. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit worried that they're not. Their first game, of course, has to be against Aaron Rodgers, who now is a Steeler, against the Pittsburgh Steelers at MetLife Stadium. I want to predict the game. I won't predict the score because I don't know how they're going to play. I only saw a little bit of stuff in the preseason and their practice and stuff like that. I think, though, that unfortunately the Steelers are going to probably win this ball game. Because Aaron Rodgers has a hard on for the Jets. They kind of let him go, and it was a little bit ugly circumstance. It wasn't like a hate thing, but they did kind of let the guy go unceremoniously, I should say. And so he's got a hard on for the Jets. I think the Steelers' defense is as good as the Jets' defense is. And the Steelers' offense with Rodgers, although I knew he wasn't a good fit for the Jets, he's still a better quarterback than Justin Fields is now or probably ever will be. So with that being said, I think there'll be enough done there where the Steelers are going to win the game. I won't predict the score because I just want to see how the Jets play. I want to see their offense. I want to see what goes on before I can start saying, they're going to lose 20-10 or, 20-70 or something like that. But I do think the Steelers are going to win this game. Jets fans are going to be disappointed. And there's going to be a lot of Steeler fans at MetLife Stadium too, by the way. So, and my last point I want to make here is I think in order for this team to win games, the Jets I'm talking about, they're going to have to revert back to like the 90s. I mean, this team is going to have to be a ground and pound Bill Parcells football team. Fields is not a passer. He's not a very even a good passer, in my opinion. Maybe he can manage the game, but this team is going to win any games they can by running the ball and controlling the clock and the defense stopping the other team. If any one of those things fail, the Jets cannot win ball games. The Jets are not going to win 30-27, 39-35. They're not going to win games like that. This is a team that's going to have to win games 20-10, 20-17, maybe 24-20. You know what I'm talking about? Something like that. Every year we watch the New York Jets be on the bottom of the offensive list of football teams. They can't score points. They don't put up big numbers. And this year is going to be no different. They're not going to do that. This is going to be a ground and pound old school team. And if any one of those elements fails, this team's going to lose a lot more games than they win. But I want to see the first game. I want to see how things go. Maybe they can do this. Maybe they can push football back 20 years. And because we all know the NFL is a passing league. This is a passing scoring league. The NFL don't want to see 10-7 games. They don't want to see 12-10 games. They want to see 40-39 games. And the Jets just don't put up that many points. They haven't done that in forever. And this year is not going to be any different. They're just not going to put up that kind of points. So if the defense can't hold teams, if the Jets fall behind 10-0, 14-0, they're out of the game. In my opinion, they've already lost the game. And this is how it's been year after year with this team. I don't care who the coach is, who the quarterback is. They just, for some reason, can't put up points. And I don't see it being any different this year, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's watch game one. Let's see how they do. They may shock everybody. They may shock me and score a lot of points and beat Pittsburgh. I don't think so. I don't see it happening, but I hope they do. And after Sunday's game, then I'd like to maybe make a video where we go over the schedule because you'll get kind of an idea. I know it's only the first game, but you'll still get the gist of what this team is going to be, running, passing, what defense, whatever they're going to be. You're going to see it in game one. And then we can maybe go over the schedule and say, hey, a win here, loss here, win here, loss here. just that first glance of the schedule, unfortunately, I can see this team winning 4, maybe 5 games tops. I just don't. I don't see them winning any more than that. Um, you can't have any expectations for this team. We have them every year, and every year they disappoint us. But I don't see this team winning 4 or 5 games. But let's see what happens when after game one, maybe they'll shock me. Maybe I'll say, hey, this team can win 8, 9 games, the way they play. But we'll see what happens in game one. And anyway, I'll be talking to you probably before the game. I'll make a video. I want to see who the starters are, who's out maybe with an injury, who's starting over who, and blah, blah, blah. And we'll see what's going on with that. Maybe we'll go over the game one more time, see what's going to happen, what we think may happen once they release that. And all right, that being said, leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate it. And also subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a great deal. I appreciate all you guys who have stuck with me. It's been a while since I made a video, but I assure you that there's going to be a lot more coming up here in the future. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you in a few days. Bye now.